not gonna make it worse, but it's not gonna help in the situation that Chuck was describing, 'cause he's.
That's on the other side.
If you look at that very last picture there, where it shows where it dumps out, and the top right, it kinda shows that little water ponding. That is actually the south end of the east end of that culvert that comes under the road, and that's the culvert that we're looking at to see if that could be upsized to better allow for flash flood and water coming through there. Because that's where the water, there wasn't enough capacity for it to keep up, and the water actually made it up over the road and worked its way down and flooded in the substation. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily gonna help that situation, but it's not gonna hurt it.
While we're doing this, can we be doing something that would help that situation?
Well, I've already talked to John about it, and I know we started looking at it. I mean, we just talked about this like 2 days ago, so to see if that's something that would be helpful. I mean, we receive so much water so fast
Right.
that
Tell me about it.
you can only plan for so much. And,
Yeah.
but we definitely want to see if there is something we can do to improve that.
I know Chuck talked about bringing it under Iowa Avenue there. I strongly suggest you use caution on doing that, because that's always been a strainer right there south of the church where it all comes off that farm field. And if you start dumping more water into Driscoll Creek, you got to worry about everybody that's down that creek. See, it only lets so much water through at a time. What actually happened that night, I was out there, I was out all night that night. The water come so hard it came up over the road is where it came from. And it's the first time I've ever seen that much water coming across that road. I mean, once in a while you see a little come across. This was like a river going across there. We just had so much water dumped so fast. But if you start putting bigger pipes in underneath that road, you're gonna let that much more water go at a time. And then you gotta worry about the people on down the creek. Because the school's all dumping in there now too, so I'd use some caution and at least have a study done of what effect that's gonna have if you do put some pipe in under that road.
And that's what we
Right.
would do. We wouldn't just go move forward with putting larger pipe in.
Because we're gonna see, we got the FEMA people coming in on new flood study, so I'm sure that area will all be included in it, so we'll see what's gonna happen there.
Okay.
Thank you, Doug.
That culvert's not the issue at hand tonight.
In your notes, it looks like you say that line would be $8,500. If we put that in, that's what it costs the city.
Right, for materials and for somebody to dig it and put it in.
Okay.
Yep.
The sidewalk, 6-foot sidewalk's gonna be $26,000.
Right.
And I think the additional cost, you say Leroy put the 4-foot in, we put the additional 2-foot in, it was around 7,000 or 8,000. Am I correct?
You're pretty close there, that's why it was.
In that area, I know I'm pretty close
Yeah.
as to what we talked about.
So this is helping other areas along as well as as opposed to just that section of sidewalk.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, it's really going to facilitate and allow sidewalk to exist there. Without it in an open ditch, it just can't happen.
We'd end up with something about like out in front of Pinnacle Ford there.
Well, you end up with a really open ditch that's very deep and very abrupt and really easy to get clogged, and it's it's going to be a real maintenance issue trying to keep that open and keep water flowing through it. So I think we're saving ourselves a lot of headache and a lot of costs in the long run by putting this intake in up front.
So what do we need to do with?
Just make a motion to approve for the city to install that storm sewer.
And share the cost of sidewalk.
That's how we're sharing in the cost of
Oh.
sidewalk essentially.
Okay, all right.
He does the 6-foot sidewalk instead of the 4, and we do
the
this.
drainage, okay.
And we're gonna help. I mean, we're gonna have some fill dirt coming off of the 20 project that's starting out there now, and Mr. Greenlee asked if we could help with placing some fill. We can place some out there. We're gonna have it. We don't have a bulldozer to grade it or anything, but we can put it out there so he could use that. estimated at 8,500.
I will
No
make that motion.
guarantees.
I'll make that motion.
You have a motion by Holland,
I'd second it.
second by Davis. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Go to the next item, new business. Item 7, motion to set the date of hearing as August 12th, 2013 at 6:30 PM at City Hall Council Chambers in the City of Independence for consideration of adopting a resolution to vacate, dispose, and sale city-owned property acquired through Chapter 657A and generally described as 901 First Avenue Northeast within the City of Independence, Iowa.
So moved.
Have a motion by Holland,
Second?
second by Davis. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Let's go to item 8. Motion to set the date of hearing as August 12th, 2013 at 6:30 PM at the City Hall Council Chambers in the City of Independence for consideration of adopting a resolution to vacate, dispose, and sale city-owned property acquired through Chapter 65A and generally described as 810 First Avenue Northeast within the City of Independence, Iowa.
Motion.
Motion by Hill,
Second.
second by Switzer. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Let's go to item 9. Motion to set the date of hearing as August 12th, 2013 at 6:30 PM, the City Hall Council Chambers in the City of Independence for consideration of adopting a resolution to vacate, dispose, and sale city-owned property acquired through Chapter 657A, and generally described as 713 Nelson Avenue Northeast within the City of Independence, Iowa.
So moved?
Motion by Davis.
Second.
Second by Holland. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Let's go on to reports. Chief Miller. Anything else, Chief? Okay, go to Bob Hill.
Nothing, I just, outside of, I thought we had a great 4th of July Independence.
I agree with that one. Thank you, Bob. Jean? Arletta?
I wasn't here for the 4th of July, but I heard it was good. I would like to have some explanation on how we got so far off on the flood. I know the last time we had a flood, we were only 6 feet off. This time we were 12 feet off. So how are we getting farther away from the actual footage instead of closer?
They're not our predictions, they're from the National Weather. They predicted because